find ourselves here at the closing ceremonies of anthrocon 2025. And we had some notes that we were going to talk about things, and nobody can find them, so we're going to play this by ear.
Yeah, and speaking of playing with ears, I want to bring our friendly cat friend up on stage as well. Anthony Cat, where are you at? I want some Anthony Cat action as well. And crowd, I want
They
to
sleep 20 hours a day.
Oh yeah, that's true. We have a lot of feline activities that are going on. But well, while we get Anthony Cat up here with us, I want to reiterate to the crowd that this has been a wonderful, wonderful 4 days across the 4th of July weekend here in the beautiful city of Pittsburgh. And although our deep sea voyage has unfortunately come to an end.
There you are.
Oh, hi, Anthony Cat.
Oh, I did. Anthrocon was busy getting charity donations. That's why you were late.
There you go. Well, as I was saying, as our deep sea voyage comes to an end, I think there's a little bit more that we can do. And I don't know about you, Kage, but my glasses actually have a special power to see into people's wallets, and it looks like they're not completely empty. Hey, African, I wonder, that charity bucket of yours, does it have any more room? I'll take that as a yes. So how about we, make those wallets go into that bucket and help out our charity nose-to-tail cat rescue? What do you say, guys? You guys want to do a little bit more for our charity? So, everyone's going to come around and, do their best kitten impression, which isn't very hard as a cat, and get those dollars into those buckets for a good cause. All right, Cat, we'll see you back here in a little bit.
Now remember, there's also a QR code on the front of the bucket if you want to pay electronically. That same QR code is on the back of your badge. So if you're in the middle of the road or something and AnthroCat can't see it, you can still make a donation online and go straight to a special anthrocon 2025 donation page.
Yeah, you thought you were safe because you didn't have any cash. We take credit too.
So we should introduce to you all the folks who really made this weekend happen. I've been getting lots of people complimenting me and saying, Kage, thank you, and I say it every year. I just sign the checks and the contracts. The other guys do the work. The ones that have the yellow around here, but especially the ones that have the black band at the bottom. The directors, the assistant directors, the department heads, they're the ones that really hold everything together. Who should we bring up first? Who do you think?
I don't know. I think this year we actually have someone that is new to our leadership and someone that, even though they're really more behind the scenes, this convention wouldn't have been nearly as successful without their presence. Kage, I think you know who I'm talking about, don't you?
I know exactly who you're talking about. I'm getting up there in years. I recently turned 60 years old, and thank you. And I kind of decided I need some assistance. I need a vice chairman up here. So as soon as I said vice, Alkali was like front and center, and I said no, not like that. But we now have an official vice chairman. I'd like to introduce Valen, if you're hiding backstage there. Ladies and gentlemen, Valen, vice chairman. How you doing? Yes? Okay, you can do louder than that. As Kage said, I'm the person who was dumb enough to say yes. No, I'm very glad to be here to help out. I have been running conventions in North Carolina for too long. Time flies. But I happen to have some experience in the area, and I happen to, by quirk of fate, lived close enough to Kage that he looked at me and said, "You look competent." But very, very glad to be here. Very glad that you all enjoyed your convention. And with that, I think I'll turn it back over to Kage. Okay? Once again, here's some folks who admire I taught him this look. You want to get ahead in business, dress like you're from Philadelphia. Have a seat, join us up there. Who should we bring up next? Who I'm trying to remember their names. Who do you have?
Well, we have a lot of people, but one of the people that really come to mind, especially as I continue to look at this stage, I mean, it's so mesmerizing. It's so
Right, it is hypnotic. Who is responsible for this amazing setup here?
Well, a lot of people are responsible for the amazing setup, but one person in particular who has been at the helm of...
Hi everyone! Hello. Usually not a person up on stage all the time, but I like to keep things short and sweet. First off, I think you all had fun, right? That's the important thing. As always, I'm just the guy who kind of stands around and tries to know what I'm doing, but the guys who really know what they're doing. If anyone wants to look over towards the front of the house, or right behind you all, right there, there's too many to name I can think off the top of my head. That's really all I can think of right now. So, yes. We love you! Love you too.
I can DOG. That's good.
Go get your check later.
Oh, awesome. More money. Cool.
Yes, more money?
Give it to anthrocon.
Okay, yes, we'll do that. All right, I'll go sit down and trans rights and human rights.
And very, very quickly, we do have some attendees here who may not necessarily hear as well as the rest of us. We've been assisted this weekend by our long-suffering and long-serving interpreters. We have Lauren up here, and Vic you've also seen with his amazing biceps. Thank you guys, as always, for making this convention as accessible to everyone as we can.
Got people that dress better than you. We've got people that like tech better than you. Maybe we need people that know how to wrangle the convention in different ways better than you as well. And in particular, I'm thinking of a person that is behind the nerve center of this whole joint and puts together things like operations and volunteers and lost and found. The guy that kind of just likes to get things done. Who would that be, Kage?
It's that guy with the hat. Yeah, Tal, I remember him. Tal.
The guy with the hat! Everybody, Tal, and the director of operations.
The guy with the hat. Hey there, how are you? So, basically, without volunteers, this doesn't happen. So we've got about 450 folks that have just been working tirelessly on this, and if I just get the biggest round of applause for them, without them, this doesn't happen. So probably a month or so, we'll turn the application back on, and we pick, staff out of the volunteers who have given us basically their paid time off, and their experience, their skills, and professional electrician, all kinds of stuff. So basically, when that comes up, please volunteer. We can definitely always use that. Thank you much for that. Now, we also want to thank, we have a logistics department here. We also move our stuff around. We want to thank, of course, our Convention Center partners, AP Logistics, and all those folks. But again, without them, this wouldn't happen. So, Lost and Found. I usually just change it to the Lost and Found Auditorium. We have many, many lost things. So,
can I say something real quick? I hope all of you saw those reminders to label all of your stuff that belong to you, because that is what makes this guy's life a lot easier when you label all your belongings and they end up in the lost and found.
Please label your stuff. Plus your water bottles, a sticker, something like that. We can tell. The red water bottle. I'm not going to find that. All right. So we're going to keep working with lost and found stuff. We're going to have that open through the remainder of the evening in a reduced capacity. When the Dead Dog ends, we're going to go ahead and close that. But if there's something we didn't get you back in touch with, you can email lostandfound@anthrocon.org. Try to give us a picture, a description. This is why, for example, we suggest, when you're unpacking stuff, lay it on the bed, take a reference picture, because you don't know what you're going to misplace until you've misplaced it. And if there are any further questions, you can just email info@anthrocon.org. It is pretty much a catch-all mailbox. So if there are any concerns, questions, I will direct from there to our various department heads. The hotline will stay on until about tomorrow-ish or so. If any last-minute questions come up, go ahead and give us a buzz or drop a voicemail, and we'll get you back in touch with someone. Thank you very much for attending, and hope to see you again in the future.
Now, as we all know, the city of Pittsburgh itself is a very, very big part of the anthrocon experience. And it is very important that the organization have a liaison between us and the city, and somebody who has been doing that public outreach for us for his entire life. You can tell by looking at his face. We got KP. You've seen him before. You've seen him on the news. Now you can see him live. KP, step out.
anthrocon is very fortunate. Among all furry conventions, there really is no other host city that fully embraces furry as Pittsburgh does. So please give a big round of applause to the entire city. Well, it's really easy for me to stand up here and say, hey, look at this face, you've seen this on television or whatnot. I want to take a step back for just a second because my team, which is public outreach and public relations, has several sub-departments that really do a lot of that work. And I want to recognize first the public relations group that we OC and Kitsune. They work with me directly with the television stations. They're the ones that are also helping to chase away people that should not have been around in block party. A big round of applause for the public relations, public media. Special note to KKA, WPXI, and WTAD. They're great stations to work with, along with the Post-Gazette and the Tribune. I also have a great VIP relations team. Most people think of VIP relations as just guests of honor, but if we have special guests coming in from other conventions or people coming in from the city, they handle those people as well. So I really want to thank my VIP relations team for all their hard work this week. We also have a new team that was implemented this year, the anthrocon team. Big round of applause to all of the folks associated with anthrocon, the VR team, our mascot, our first year, and our puppet team. Thank you to all of those fine folks for doing everything to make things a little bit better. Also want to thank all of our business alliances. Visit Pittsburgh has worked really, really hard to help those businesses do fun things for us. And since the NFL draft is coming next year, and they're building a lot of cool things for that, they told us we could use a lot of that stuff maybe for free next year. So we might have some new venues for all of you guys to enjoy. We'll be working on that a little later on this month or next month. And we might also have some new things to do with the Harris Theater, possibly see anthrocon exhibits in the museum downtown or in the airport next year. We're going to be working on some fun stuff next year. So thank you guys. And then there's one other person before I mention my final team. We have a new anthrocon convention archivist. Benny is going to be collating and collecting all of the stuff from the last 26 or so anthrocons, including the 20 that we will have in Pittsburgh. And that'll go online as well as in museum displays. So hopefully we'll be able to see all of anthrocon's history in one place very, very soon. The team that I'm really proud to introduce next works very hard to help every single charity that comes in anthrocon. And Stormy is a great person who helps raise money for the charity. Stormy, why don't you come in, bring our charity up, and give us some information about what's been going on. Thank you so much.
Thanks to all your help so far, we have raised $82,000 and $232. Donations to be made. The facility costs anywhere from $100,000, so if there is any extra donations, they will definitely help us find a new facility for Nose to Tail Cat Rescue. So now's a good time to do that if you do have a chance to. $232, and a facility can cost as much as $100,000. us out.
Yeah, I think that charity bucket that Anthrocon had, that's still sounding a little quiet. I think we can put a few more thousand in there, don't you think, guys? All right, well, in terms of our charity partners, we honestly could not have worked with better partners. We say that about our partners every year, but you guys are just the sweetest. From my perspective and from all of the perspective of our attendees who interacted with your booth and, played with the kittens, cuddled with the kittens. Who here actually got a chance to cuddle with the kittens in dealer's day? Oh, yeah. We gotta get more kittens next time around if possible. But, I can only say that I'm a believer of cats now. I used to be a dog person. I'm owned by a dog, but, maybe I'll just let a cat in my life or something. You want to say a few words about your experience?
Yeah, this weekend has been wild. I'm so glad to now be a part of this community. I might be back next year. Because you all have been amazing, so thank you.
All right, thank you very much to Stormy and our charity. And I'm going to give this one back to Kage, so it doesn't look like I'm double-fisting microphones. All right, well, as we heard, we have that charity bucket that's going around right now, and hopefully still accumulating some dollars, but we also have some more members of our leadership team that we'd like to call it on stage and give us some more on our weekend. So, Kage, what do you think?
What do I think?
Mm-hmm.
Just by looking at you, Ronnie, I'm seeing all this wonderful red shining up here,
Mm-hmm.
and that color makes me think of our incredible safety team.
Oh, yeah, those guys that wear the red shirts and vests, right?
Yep, these guys have been keeping us safe and secure all weekend, and I think it's time we brought out the one that's in charge of that absolutely outstanding crew. Humphrey, you hiding back there? Psst, Humphrey, you're on. There you go.
Everyone, give their extra public safety upgraded.
Hello, everyone. Thank you again to all of you for helping us and our safety team make this a convention. We actually have just made our very first motto, to send you home as safe as when you got here. And I think we did a very good job of that. Please give yourselves a huge round of applause. Now, I do have to say, I'm going to make this quick because I have something very special for all of us, okay? And we had an attendee who became ill and fell into the water feature. Well, one of you, general attendees, not a staff member, saved them from out of the water. And today's their birthday as well. So, congratulations to them. Thank you for going above and beyond, and congratulations. You are now staff. So, two more things. One, I would like to introduce you the ones that actually run everything. I'm trying to be more of an administrative part as the director, but I would like to call upon my senior staff. Let's give them a huge round of applause. So, and we have anthrocon with us. You right here. So I'm just going to introduce everybody real quick so you put a name to face, okay? Cyber Husky is our Weston lead, since we do have a new safety office in the Weston this year. So now we have 2 safety locations to better serve you. Wabaka is my team lead in charge of crowd control, so if you see him, run. Tierney is my medical team lead and has done an absolutely wonderful job. Our newest team member, and I finally got them on a staff here at anthrocon, Gail Frostbane. All of you, she is our new Hitless Zone advisor, so all those new fans and a bunch of new stuff for 2026 will be coming thanks to them. Assistant Director, Backtrack, my wife Laura, she's been helping us out, and she's just basically been running volunteer, and basically when she tells me to go to sleep. Lovely Time, our Assistant Director, she's been helping us out with the ADA side of things. No ICU, my new promoted Deputy Director of Operations. give it up to Phelan for double duty. And Dr. Mulvey, shall we? Ladies and gentlemen, a very good friend of mine, former one-star general, and a man after my own heart, Dr. Mulvey, is my medical advisor, a former flight surgeon, and he's the one that makes sure we get you where you need to be safe. Doc, I think we have something to present. May I have the representatives from Pittsburgh EMS come out, please? Do you want to come up with me? Let's go around pause. So I'm going to show a picture on the screens whenever the team can put it up on the screen for me real quick. These folks have been dealing with us since we came here since 2006. Okay? We have been a headache and a wonder to be a part of all these years. We can't deny it, right? Pittsburgh EMS has, or is, celebrating their 50th anniversary this year. So, on behalf of my team, all my volunteers who have driven themselves to craziness, and you have fixed them, thank you, I need them back next year. But we wanted to present you with this. This is a plaque that says to our fine friends and colleagues, for your 50th anniversary to you and the time to latest and best convention in your beautiful city, from your friends and colleagues in the Anthrocon Public Safety Department and medical team, saving lives and stamping out disease together. Thank you again for all that you do. With that, I need help for 2026. Please come and help me. I want more staff. I can have more staff, right?
Yeah, why not?
All right, once again, everybody, for your anthrocon safety team, keeping everyone safe
And the next person I think we want to bring up, I think that well, I'm just going to say this. How do you guys think registration went this year? Let's make the one responsible for that.
Dr. Space Cat,
Please come out.
Here you are, everyone. You're a director of registration.
So I look at our time and registration last year. We made a couple changes, if you couldn't tell. Thank you all for being patient with us through that growing. I wanted to let you know there's a couple interesting things before I give you the final number. So the last time that we had this convention, July 3rd through 6th, was 2014, and we only had 5,861 attendees. We kinda are a little bigger now. Like maybe a lot. So, that's right here. We also want to let you know we worked really hard, especially on, we worked really hard on Thursday. We got over 12,000 of you badged up on Thursday. Yeah. That made all the rest of our days way easier because the total lot of you was a lot of bodies. 18,357. Thank you all for showing up. It was great. I'm glad to see every single smile on your face.
Thank you, Dr. Space Cat, and thank you.
Your team literally has to see everybody at this convention, so remember, folks, every single person on registration, they did their best to get you through those doors as quickly as possible, and I think they absolutely absolutely did a bang-up job on that. Wouldn't you agree, crowd? Now, I don't know if we have our friend back there that I'd like to introduce next, but speaking of getting through doors and coming into the convention is see and do things and be entertained all weekend and, you know, find all of this cool stuff to do over the past 4 days. I think the next person that I'd like to call, if they're backstage, is none other than the person that put together all of the event schedule and all the cool things for you to see and do this entire weekend. Spark, do we have you backstage?
That's it.
Okay, so I think we're about ready to get the convention started. I always get that wrong. I want to first call out the fact that my team works with almost everyone in the convention to get all of these panels and events in this big room, in all the rooms outside of the convention center sometimes. We work with AV, we work with our safety team, we work with PR, we work with Reg, we work with all of these people. And we couldn't do it without all of them. My team consists of a few people, myself, Galen, my deputy director, Bangaroo, who handles a lot of the musical performances that you saw throughout the weekend. You have Morgan, my clerical assistant at this point. We have our gaming track, we have our social track, we have all of these that are led by one or two people, and you all make it so easy to have these things happen. So I appreciate my team, and I appreciate you making my team's life easier. Did you all enjoy the big surprise events like our furry orchestra? That's our musical team. That's people like Benny Tiger and Tech Silver and Contra. I could name names all day long, but I won't. I want you to know that we do this for you. And as long as you're having a good time and we are able to give you a unique experience, that's what events is here for. So thank you for being here.
I think it's safe to say that our attendees here had a wonderful time seeing and doing and being involved with all of the different things, whether music, gaming, entertainment, competitions, dances, all of that is courtesy of Spark and his hard-working team. Well, one other thing that I know furries like to do when they're at conventions, and something that I probably should do a little bit less, is they like to spend money. Isn't that right, Kage?
They love to spend money.
So, spending money is only done in places where you got lots of vendors, lots of different places and options and things and trinkets, and, you know, my wallet's crying backstage right now. But, with that being said, we want to bring on stage next the person that is responsible for helping wrangle all the places you can spend your money at anthrocon. Give it up for your director of Dealer's Room, Foxish!
I apologize in advance if I sound kind of like a hasty. I'm tired, and when I get tired, my accent comes out really bad, so I apologize. It was a doozy of a dealer's room this year, almost 350 vendors down there, everything I could think of, here or there. And I think that the changes we made this year, I hope people enjoyed them. I think they did. We were much more ready for the crowds this year, and there was quite a crowd. You guys like shopping, you guys like spending your money down there and showing the creators, the builders that you appreciate what they do. So we appreciate you for that. And I just want to extend a gratitude to my team. They're downstairs actually right now helping the dealers tear out. That would be Tess, Cajun Fox, Blythe is down there. A couple of other people, I can't remember all the names right now. We have a team of, we nearly doubled our staff this year, and every single one of them has been absolutely essential. Wonderful people. We have the best team I could hope for. I love every single one of them. And we have some really big additions and changes we're making for next year, so keep your eyes on that. It'll be bigger and better than ever. And I just have one last thing to add here, and I'm going to keep this brief. After this year, I'm stepping down as director of the dealer's room. I am no longer, I don't think I'm in any position to give you the kind of experience that y'all deserve. And so we're going to pass the torch along. You're going to be in good hands, I guarantee it. You're going to be in hands that don't shake and won't drop you, so that's even better. And next year will be everything you want. It'll be amazing, and I am sure that shoppers and dealers alike will enjoy the heck out of it. So we'll see you next year. I'll still be around. I'm just not going to be running things. Hey, y'all, thank you.
Thanks for coming. Thank you. We got a few folks who weren't able to join us on stage because they're very, very busy packing up. We got Peter Cat, our art show director. If you guys saw that amazing art gallery there, that's the one responsible for that. We have our finance crew that makes sure I don't spend all the money. We've got, the stuff crew, my gosh, they move the stuff. And one of these days, maybe I'll tell you again why they got that name. There's this one little number that has not been mentioned, and I think this spark is far too modest. I think we definitely need to point out one of the showpieces, one of the greatest things that anthrocon is known for is its fursuit parade. We do know that in years past, it was getting a little too big, a little too unwieldy, and Dr. Mulvey particularly had his hands full during the lineup. When you have a 3-hour-long parade and somebody who's sitting there waiting to go out, we had a lot of heat-related problems, not in the parade, but in the lineup itself. So we did our best to try to get that parade to a more manageable length. Through sparse hard work, we got that parade down to 40 minutes and 0 heat-related issues. And I know some folk are very disappointed. We would love to be able to let 4,000 people participate in the parade. It's just not practical. We are very sorry for that. We did have to exclude some folk. We did have to make some very difficult decisions. And we know that there were some folks who were very vocal on social media. And probably the biggest sponge of that ire all coming in, but somebody who was able to field it with professionalism, that was our own Ronnie, who has been keeping our social media presence alive. And I do want to point out, you might have noticed on some social media sites, some folks can be a little mean, maybe just one or two. And I happen to know that it was really getting Ronnie down because people all over were saying, oh, anthrocon is bad, anthrocon is bad. Did you guys have a good time? Don't listen to those folks.
As your Director of Digital Services that has the pleasure of working with every single person up here and trying to just make sure everyone out here has all the information that they need, I hope we did at least a sufficient job with giving you all that info on where to find information, what kind of things are happening around the convention, what kind of deals and offers that you might be able to find while you're here out at anthrocon. And this is a huge, huge effort to be able to monitor all of these channels and get communication and get answers to 20,000 plus people potentially. We know we heard the registration numbers, but if you think about it, that number goes way, way up when you think of all the people on the internet. So, I really want to make sure I give a shout out to all of my staff members on my community and social team, the ones that you see answering your tweets, answering your Discord messages, answering your Facebook questions, because every single one of them deserves lots of praise for just how hard they've worked to make your convention as informational as possible. Can we get a round of applause for them, please? Some of my other teams as well. I have a wonderful IT services team that works very hard to make sure that all of your website information, all of the different things that regard to services that we offer, that they all run as smooth as possible. And hopefully all of you were able to find what you needed on our site and helped improve your experience. I also have a really, really good photography team, which has been running around capturing all the latest and greatest this year at anthrocon, and we're hoping that we can share those memories with everyone out here in a more official anthrocon gallery. Stay tuned for that coming up, because we want you all to be able to see and relive the memories of the 4 most magical days of this year, at least in my opinion. And finally, I want to give a very, very big shout out to my block party project management team. Block party / project management. These are some guys that put in a whole ton of planning and a whole ton of sweat when they were running around Saturday, just making sure everything was set up in conjunction with teams like safety, the logistics team, and whatnot. And as a result, you guys had a kick-ass block party on Saturday, did you not? Go on with the list of things and basically take up all the time on stage, but I'm not going to do that. But I do want to leave you all with one last request, other than please stop tweeting angry things at us. The one last request that I have is that feedback is extremely important and extremely valuable to us. As a leadership, we can't do anything without you telling us what you want to see from us. And year after year, we always send out an attendee feedback survey through email, because of course we want to make sure that you actually attended, and we want you to be able to have your voice heard so we can continue to work on the things that are important to you as the attendees. So make sure when you get that email, which will be coming at least a couple days after the convention, once we all get back home and kind of gather ourselves, please fill out that informational feedback survey, and we will be using that to make 2026 as best as we can, even better than what you had here, and so that you have more reason to come back and experience anthrocon again. But other than that, I just want to end off with saying it's been an absolute honor and pleasure to be able to help all of you, and I hope you all return next year.
Guys, before Sam wraps this up, there's one last thing. I was talking with a couple of the other directors up here. Every single one of you is an anthrocon ambassador to the city of Pittsburgh. One of you did something extraordinary this weekend. We want to thank you. Gishmo. If you're in the room, Gishmo is the person who noticed that there was a bit of garbage out on the waterfront and organized an entire crew of attendees to go out and clean up the waterfront prior to 8 o'clock. And made sure that the city did not see a lot of trash from the 4th of July celebration, even if all of it was not ours. Gishmo, you officially get an anthrocon good guy nod from me. Thank you so much.
I would if I did give special thanks to Anthrocon's legal team, Lucy Badger, Buddy Goodboy, and their team, who spent much of the weekend telling me to shut up when I needed to, and who have made sure that everything here is, shall we say, all on the up and up. It's good to have them watching, and I can. There's only one person still backstage, and that's the guy who keeps doing this. So, I think that with one more round of applause for the people who make anthrocon happen, the board of directors.
I think before we send these folk off, should we tell them when we might want to see them next year?
Oh, we're definitely going to see you next year. It'll be 4th of July. Uh-oh.
We have a charity number!
Oh, dear.
Not again.
Oh, jeez. All right. What is it? But what are you doing back there, jeez?
Guys, get a room. AV backstage is not the room to do it.
What's going on? Stories coming out. What's going on?
Everybody, we have a new number now. We're at $87,267 for charity.
want to give them the dates for next year?
Oh, right.
Do you guys want to come back next year?
Dates for anthrocon 2026 will be... Oh, wait a minute.
July 2nd to 5th, taking place right here for Anthrocon's 20th anniversary in Pittsburgh! We'll have more information for you all in the coming days, but as of now, Chairman, since I opened the convention, I'll let you do the honors.
This is something that I have had the great honor to do for, boy, what's it now been, 26 years. I'm not getting any younger, which is why I'm so very glad to have Phelan and this amazing crew here. One last reminder for legal, the anthrocon standards of conduct don't stop when this is over. Remember, behave. And with that, we are going to call anthrocon 2025 officially closed. We will see you next year in this very spot.
Cryptids, creatures, and critters. Alright, so, you know the theme for next year? You know the dates for next year? And we'll be back with more information soon about what you can do and to expect and how you can register for all of this coming up. But until then, you want to sign us off, Kaki?
We'll do it again. Big shout out to Souvenir, by the way, for that amazing artwork. Big shout out to all of you for making